time to you be sincere was gone, we can take uh, take a way to go and work our fiber of consciousness and morality don't have price. We must develop it ever. The strong and moral fiber, it's the only thing that will help you in other dimension. Your fiber, you're strong and say yes and say no. When are necessary, say no. It's no. We must develop this. Don't have important if we will suffer. It's a moment to suffer. But when we fall down, here in another dimension, the suffer is one eternity. Then I will continue the live that I first in Instagram, you from YouTube, come to Instagram, my profile, Rosa De Gaetano, and search there. The last live from chapter 28 in English. I made in Instagram, not here, and I not have a live here today. I'm making here in YouTube too. Continue the chapter 28 about charlatanism and trickery. To Kardec, all things are a book, an open book. For Kardec, all things he put in open book ever. He don't hide nothing. Charlatanism and spiritism, yes, have, and he comments this in next chapter. Now I continue chapter Eaton 310. One might argue that mediums cannot donate all their time to the public in the interest of spiritism because they too need to make a living. However, is it in the interest of spiritism or in their own interest is the doubt. Then they donate their time. And my team, they anticipate it before anything as a possible lucrative occupation. Dedicated people can always be found at a price. C. Dedicated people too can always be found at a price. Do they have only this occupation at their disposal? When musting forget that whether they are of a high order or a low order, the spirits are the soul of the dead. If morality and religion obligate us to respect their physical remains, then there is an even greater obligation to respect their spirits. What would we say about someone who dug up a corpse in order to display it for money because it was capable of arousing curiosity. Would it be any less disrespectful to play the spirit than the body under the pretext of being curious to see how the spirit acts? Is the same. And we should more that the price for a seat will reflect to the scope of the tricks and the attractiveness of the show. Even if during its lifetime a spirit had been a comedian, it would certainly not suspect that after that it would encounter an entrepreneur who would make it perform from free while he or she made a profit from it. We must remember that both physical and intelligent manifestations are only permitted by God for our instruction. 31111. In spite of this moral consideration, we, of course, cannot deny the possibility that there are paid mediums who are honest and conscientious, since there are honest individuals in no occupation. We are only addressing abuse. Nonetheless, we must agree that for the reason we have given, there is more likelihood for abuse among paid mediums than among those who consider their faculty as a gift and use it only to serve others. Besides the circumstance, the degree of trust or distrust that we concede to paid mediums depends more than anything else on their character and morality. Mediums who have a serious and eminently useful purpose, but who are prevented from using their time in another activity, are for this reason exempted from other obligations and exempted from other obligations and cannot be confused with speculating mediums who have premeditatively made mediumship a business. I have ever seen in Brazil people working with radiesthesia in the United States. I know that have a syndicate or organization from this worker. But radiesthesia is used our energy, magnetic energy, and these people that use this magnetism lose energy from from your own body. Okay, then he can ask pay to pay food to repost this magnetic energy. But when radiesthesia start to evoke angels or other spirits to help, this is not only energy of this worker. This will pretend, ask high spirits, uh, collaboration, and ask pay to him. It's not good to make this. If you work with numerology, radiesthesia, you will use your own magnetism. Then you can cover, you can ask money. But if you don't use your energy and ask for spirits, it's other work. And this not can be paid because who will work is the spirits. And if you ask money to him work, it's not ethic. It's not have morality in this world. Uh, and this way, this work will be good. This is the reality. We must have ethic to work magnetism. Your own magnetism is from our body, from your own body. Then you can ask money. I ever work with spirituality, with radiesthesia. I don't ask money, never. Because I think when radiesthesia are made with spirits too, it's more effective, it's more fast, it's more good. Then I don't cover. I don't cover my work in radiesthesia. And I can cover if I don't ask from the spiritual plane. If I only use my own energy, okay? Then I say mentally, I will use my own energy because I will cover for this. But I prefer don't make this for reasons I said. And when we make this with the spirits, it's so good result. It's so good what happened. Then I ever work with spirits and don't ask money. I never don't ask. If a day you will see a profile with my face, ask money. It's not me, and please relate me to me. Block it, this person. Okay. Don't make this work with this person. If still with my face, asking money for you, don't make this work with person. It's a fake. Okay. Continue here. We are only addressing abuse. Nonetheless, we must agree that for the reasons we have given, there is more likelihood for abuse among paid mediums than among those who consider their faculty as a gift and use it only to serve others. Besides the circumstance, the degree of trust or distrust that we concede to paid mediums depends more than anything else or on their character and morality. Mediums who have a serious and eminently useful purpose, but who are prevented from using their time in another activity are for this reason exempt from other obligations and cannot be confused with speculating mediums who have premeditatedly made mediumship abusive. Therefore, According to the motive and the purpose, spirits may condemn, absolve, or even favor them. The motive, the purpose, spirits may condemn, absolve, or even favor them. They judge the intent more than the material fact. They judge the intent more than the material fact. The intent is important. The intent is all. Uh, the act is nothing. It is the reality. The intent is all. The act is nothing. The same considerations don't apply to somnambulists who utilize their faculty for profit. Although exploitation is also subject to abuse and unprofitableness, comprises the greatest guarantee of sincerity. Their situation is different because it is their own spirit of somnambulists who acts and consequently is always at their disposal. Actually, they only willfully exploit themselves because they are free to use their own faculties as they please, whereas speculative mediums exploit the sounds of the dead. See number 172, Somnambulistic Mediums. The last 313. The last today. We are quite aware that our severity regarding mediums for hire sets us against all who exploit or intend to exploit this new business, making them as well as their friends who follow their opinion our staunch enemies. We may console ourselves by recalling that the money changers who were expelled from the temple by Jesus could hardly have looked upon him with much favor. We are also faced with individuals who don't regard the matter with proper seriousness. Nevertheless, we feel we have the right to have and express our opinion. We would not try to force it on anybody, not me too. If the majority have adopted it, however, it's because they have apparently found it to be appropriate. At any rate, we don't see how anyone could prove that there is less possibility for fraud and abuse in speculation than in unprofit, unprofitableness. On our part, if our writing have contributed to casting doubt on mediumship for hire in France and other countries, we believe that it will not be one of the least service, a great service. They have rendered it to serious spiritism. The next live, I will talk about fraudulent manifestations in the spiritism. Okay, I hope you in the next live, and I hope you can understand how serious is this work from Kardec. He opened in a book the white and black situations. Not is hide that Kardec perceived to put clear to all people, have confidence in this work. It's work without prejudice and with intention to let clear how important is our uh, our insight formatting, how a house, when you have money you transform this house. We must transform ourselves. For only this reason, all opera was what all this work was left for us to from Kardec. Okay, our inside knowledge in this epoch, in this time, is so important. We are going to other dimensions so fast in these times, and our neighbors too, our parents, and we must know how to work all this. This is a fantastic discover and fantastic work from Kardec. Read this. It's free download in net. Only put the number Mediuns book and search in Brazil. You will see free download in Brazil in Federação Espírita Brasileira. Spiritist Federation in Brazil, Spiritist Brazilian Federation. But put is in Portuguese and search. Download in English by Medium's book, or in French, or in Germany, or in Spanish and Portuguese. You will search in all this language. And remembering that all these matters are from spirit, not from mind of Kardec. He only condensed it in books and divided uh, didactic, level by level. Spiritist book, Gospel from the Spiritist, Medium's book, Heaven and Hell, and this book last times are going out my mind. I don't know why. Genesis, the 5 book Genesis, is in order, didactic order to understand better. And you must study in this life that I say. I hope you have a great final week. And the next live, I will finish this chapter. Have a good final week. God bless all. Don't forget to make gospel in house, in your house. 50 minutes only. Bye.